Hello again, everyone. Melth here, with more of my Baldur's Gate 3 challenge run. This time tackling one of the biggest and hardest battles in all of Act 2, the one against the up to 30 Justiciars of Shar that all spawn in. Normally one fights these guys piecemeal or just destroys the portals they spawn out of, but I'm going to actually let them all spawn in and fight the entire army at the same time, plus fight Balthazar's guys too. Should be pretty epic. Also a good chance to talk about some secret and important mechanics that play a big role in some fights in Act 2 and 3 especially, I would say. As usual, details of my challenge run are in the YouTube video description, and watch out for spoilers throughout this run. Okay, so where we left off, we were just about to loot this group of Justiciars, which is much smaller than the one we'll be fighting. This fight that I only discovered last time, though, is kind of similar to the upcoming battle, just on a much smaller scale. You know, we have some of these reconstituted creatures serving Balthazar, and then a bunch of these Justiciars that spawned in. Lots of incense on this one. I want to point out that Shar's whole reason for rebelling against her creator and, turning to evil, trying to destroy the entire universe and everything in it, all of that stuff, all began because for no reason she didn't want to allow there to be heat in the universe, which she was told to help create and whatnot. But you'll notice here that she has incense burned in her own honor, she has all these fires going that do actual fire damage to you and whatnot, so, if Shar could just admit she was wrong and the heat is okay, the whole universe would just move on, but I guess she doesn't have the maturity for that. Alright, so the path to the big battle is right up over there, but I do want to actually go back and do one easily missable side battle first. If we go down this path here, this is sort of the fail-safe room if you set off the trap here and get blocked out from the secret fight that I discovered last time. If you go this way instead, you find this kind of a cave-in area allowing unplanned access, basically, to the Shar temple, instead of going through the trials as Shar intended.
In darkness,
Man, even for Shar Doctrine, that one's dumb on many levels.
unseen.
So, she calls herself the Night Singer, for one thing. So, she surely would proclaim her own singing, which doesn't need to be seen in the dark, to be beautiful, and more beautiful than anything else I would expect. For starters. She'd also probably object to us saying that her statues are of average beauty or something like that. And the list really just goes on. I don't think it's very well thought through because nothing Shar ever said or did was well thought through. Alright. So over here there's an ambush waiting for us. Let's see if we spot it. We did. Okay. So, Cloakers. This is, I think, the only one in the game. It goes first all the time because it has alert and, 4 basic dexterity, so 9 initiative is hard to beat. We're getting to the part of the game where it's kind of an initiative arms race, and although my guys mostly have alert, that's not enough on its own. You need to also have good dexterity, also have items and so forth. Now I think it's probably worth making sure that the Astarion just goes first. So if I maybe swap the Sentinel Shield over to Astarion, and maybe the Fistbreaker Helm over to Karlach, I think just allowing them to go first is what I'm going to need here. And it's not that tough, but I don't want to give them any free hits against me. What I'll do is I'll spawn these 3 or 4 duplicates of them that can do minor AoE damage and fear you, and I just don't want to deal with that. It won't be hard, but I have a lot of weak summons that don't want to be taking damage.
There can be no respite.
Let's give you Featherfall so we can get in there.
Our enemies are everywhere.
No, our enemies are just down there. It's okay, Nanthar. Calm down.
Attention!
I wonder if I can pancake it if I land on it. Normally Featherfall should prevent you taking damage or causing damage in that case, but it doesn't actually in this game all the time. I might have Astarion. Come on, select. Use an Oil of Accuracy.
Oh shit! Cloaker!
Was he not in the fight? Come on. Fine, I'll jump him in. I don't want to, so he gets up his high ground, but we'll do it. There we go.
Let's have some fun.
Well, this shouldn't be too bad. 95% to hit. Yeah, we'll wreck it. Critical miss. Not the best start, but we'll still wreck it. There we go. Yeah, it's really not the toughest fight. Oh, the Featherfall wear off? Come on. Let's reapply that then. Cloakers, in terms of lore, are a leftover of a dark age in D&D when they didn't try to make dungeons make any sense at all or have any narrative coherence. It was very much just kind of about create any challenge for the players regardless of how arbitrary and silly it may be. And so in that era, there were not just mimics, but there were also basically monster versions of like every mundane, bland piece of dungeon furniture you could ever run across. Mimics for treasure chest, cloakers for just like cloaks on racks, there were stalagmite monsters, there were ceiling monsters, wall monsters, floor monsters. Every single thing in a dungeon could just be some kind of booby trap monster, which besides being silly, also really slows gameplay down to a crawl because then you need to be suspicious of every single thing, and that's just not good for making the game be very fun and interesting. Not to mention, again, silly, which I hate. So thankfully, most of those monsters got removed in later D&D editions. Mimics are really the last common holdover, and that cloaker at least was not disguised as a cloak, it was too big for that. So, things have definitely gotten better, there's more of a focus on narrative coherence and things like that, which I think are important for a satisfactory game.
Have to keep going.
And again, it makes for better pacing at the table too, when not every single square has to be checked for traps. Alright, so let's get into this Shar temple by blowing things up because we hate Shar in this part. So here is where their kitchens were set up, where they again use fire, you might notice, to prepare these mushrooms as food. Let's loot their silverware, which I bet were, forged into shape using heat. Alright, we're not quite finished despoiling this place yet, let's continue with that. Here we're going to have another encounter with the rats that used to be a Lurthendor, we'll find out. Which is sort of one of our big clues about Yurgir and the multiple paths to go through that demon contract quest that we started. Or devil contract, you know what I mean.
Talking of you, intruder, invader, unworthy one. These halls are not for you. Try it. Not more guts than...
Oh, that sounds good to the Dark Urge, I think. Alright, well, maybe we can redecorate the Shar Shrine with a bunch of rat guts. That also sounds good to him. Throw a spike bulb, guaranteed 1 damage, and 5 dead. Gives me an inspiration for killing like 5 at once, I think.
Wretched thing.
You kill many, but many remain.
Anyway, the rat swarm fight we'll have later on is kind of interesting, actually, so I'm looking forward to that.
Every little death fills my head with more thoughts. It's too much, too painful. Kill
But he is curious and wondering what in the world is going on here, so he'll play along and ask some questions.
An ordinary rat alone. But together, something more. Some remember turning away from the sun. Some remember donning a black cloak. Some remember plunging up...
Oh, so he's a murderer for Shar. Immediately, Baldur loses all sympathy for him, and is now determined to just wreck him.
We share who he was. It shouldn't be.
There used to be like a prestige class or something called Swarm Shifter, I think, that allowed you to just have character features turn into a swarm of animals of some kind. Probably mostly meant for like undead creatures turning into swarms of bats or scarabeetos from mummies or things like that. Cinematic stuff rather than practical, but...
Leave us in peace. There are treasures.
He doesn't intend to actually keep this bargain at all. Shar people don't really deserve honesty.
Untouched for a lifetime. Keep your word and we will reveal them to you.
Taking things from Shar, yes please, and then we'll go ahead and go.
I am small, but we are many. Now fetch your prize and leave.
Where is he? There he is. Wow, destroyed the guy without even taking a swing at him somehow.
Don't waste a step.
Alright, now, this is a place you can get resistance to necrotic, which is decently useful superficially in this act, but usually by the time you've gotten through most of the act anyway. The other thing is that there are many other ways to get resistance to necrotic in this act. For example, the Selûne blessing you get super early from Selûne via Isabel gives you resistance to necrotic for the entire party really easily. It just lasts forever, rather than for one person making a difficult check. I'll do this just to kind of demonstrate, but in character we'll probably just, make a mess of the altar and then leave without doing this. Failing it penalizes you with a curse, so it's definitely not worth the risk compared to all the numerous other ways to get resistance to necrotic in this act.
A pleasurable shiver runs down your spine. You feel as if you've unburdened a troubling thought, and forgotten it forever.
So we did not actually do this in character.
Both innate and exterior, runs across your being. Your patron is pleased.
Let's steal her incense.
Need more pockets.
Okay, so through those doors, the meeting with Balthazar's hench skeletons and then the big fight are waiting for us.
Rest your minds. Lady Shah needs her warriors.
This is against another late survivor of the Shar group, as Yurgir was rampaging around killing everyone. Says he's running a food while being right next to the kitchens with the endless mushroom supply. Questionable there. Also questionable is why Yurgir didn't find him right in the kitchen, like the most obvious place to look for someone holding out. Neither of them come off as the most competent, I will say. Although I don't think we're supposed to think that out of character. Alright, so let's pull the lever and then we can open up the doors. Now, to get all the enemies to be able to spawn in, I actually probably want to run everyone else away. Because the way this battle works is that there's numerous portals, basically. So, the plan now is basically that Ballista and Astarion alone go on in. The battle will begin, and then they will evac except for Shovel, who will technically continue the fight while everything else spawns, and then we'll come back once the entire horde is here and do one giant battle from there.
Hurry inside, or your racket is liable to.
My racket? You're the one talking to like 50 skeletons and yelling. We passed the Shar test.
Rancid donkey screw!
Gross.
The quakes herald the shadows. It's already too late.
Similar to the previous interaction with Balthazar in the previous fight we had, but this time, as I said, on a much grander scale. 30 Dark Justiciars, one of which is kind of a giant boss thing. Cool opening there. Just like the silliest sword.
Trespasser. Merkel's fat lapdog.
Okay, so we're gonna run Astarion over here, I think, and have him fire away at these guys. We can dispose of them. Otherwise, they'll just get killed by the shadows, so this is the way to fight them and have a challenge, basically. Okay. Let's have you turn invisible. Yes, I mean it. Okay. And then run over there. So you can just kind of lurk in this room while they all spawn in. That will be the plan.
Go for the throat. Still on my
And
feet.
you get out of here with all speed.
Best be on my way.
So he's dashing over there.
Foul assembly.
And he's stopping. Okay. So it spawns in more guys. But I bet I can lure them into going after Shovel and then make my getaway with more guys spawning. Alright, that should make them look in that direction.
Well,
No, that one's going the wrong way.
Shall consume.
Now, I could get them all grouped up into one tight bunch, like Fireball or whatever, but that would be too easy. I'm not trying to cheese this, I'm just trying to get them to be the hardest grouping they can be. So, I'll try to keep them spread out if possible, basically. Let me send their shadow around to where it can join into. It can also turn invisible, so it's also a decent one to use in this battle, I guess. Okay, they're going after the shadow. There's the boss one, going over there to check for him, I guess. Alright, I think they're walking all back to their places now, so that is perfect if so. There may not be a way to get this to go back to the others, so we'll just come and fight him here if we must. I'm pretty sure when I join in and find the others, that will pull everyone in together.
can't even.
Okay, so this one did get isolated. I'm hoping that if I run over there, it'll start pulling them all in and do the big battle the way I'm intending. We will see about that.
Yes.
So I guess first of all, just one Avenger over there is not too big a deal regardless. Whether he's, you know, just their front runner or whether he ends up fighting alone.
I got this.
your super movement speed, it should be pretty easy to get this guy into light, I think. The shadow appears. I mean, that's fine. Can it attack? Oh, it's going to lose its turn in that arbitrary way that sometimes happens. Okay.
Let's have some courage.
Now, as a reminder, one thing that's notable about this battle is that my party all have this Morning Lord's Radiance buff, which is pretty helpful in most of Act 2, but it's bad here, because it means if I attack them with weapon attacks with most of my party, I take retaliation damage, about 10 per time I do that. Alright, let's see if she can take that thing out with an average damage firebolt, perhaps. Nope. Bad damage there. Can the bird take it out? That'd be crazy. It will have damage, I get. No, it doesn't have Living Shadow. It won't have damage. Okay.
Let's turn someone inside out.
This bird has the bite attack, but is, far in the back. No, the birds can't get it. Okay. So in that case, I think my only option might be to... No, don't want to do it that way. Let's have you jump over the table.
There's blood in the air.
Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just run over there, just throw like an alchemist fire or something like that on the ground and destroy it that way. Then if I throw a void bulb, that'll pull it aside, and because I have Call of the Week, that should just kill it. There we go. Right. Silly, but it got the job done. Now, one important thing to note is that when these Justiciars die, as I think I mentioned before, they leave behind these clouds of darkness that are not really visible sometimes, but they are there. Alright. Now, against this horde, I want to create a wall of flame, I think, that will block them and make them have to eat a bunch of damage to get through here. That's exactly what the Wall of Fire spell is for. It's this kind of situation where you have like a door you want to guard and a horde of enemies trying to get through it. So let's plonk it down thereabouts. That guy is, through it, so that's not ideal, but we'll find a way to work with it.
Never a dull moment. Breathe deep and move.
Misclick there. Oh, let's see. If I could target that guy, I would love to, but I don't think I can. I can throw a void bulb to knock him back to the other side of the wall. Maybe that's what we'll do. Let's have a star into a cunning action dash and see if we can just throw that guy to the other side. There we go. That plonked him into the wall, so that's good for us. Now what I think I want to do is...
The dance of death.
There he is. I can almost certainly kill him if I just target like that. So let's do so. That gives me another action. Now I'm going to give up, actually, my hex that I've been doing all day long. I'm going to cast a Hunger of Hadar on the doorway here to slow him down to try to get through it. That should be a good crowd control here against this massive army. Karlach's in it, so she wanted to get back at it. That'll be fine.
It's go time.
Then we want to have this Dryad here boosted up by Minthara, I think, to get more speed. Run over and give us a spike growth, I think is what we're going to want here. So now they have to get through 3 obstacles to get to the door here. That should be pretty darn bad for them. We're still not in good position because we had to just do that weird thing where that one guy aggroed us early, but I think we'll be okay now. Let's get Karlach around that corner, I think. So she's hopefully safe. Woodwoa doesn't have too much to do, so just, I don't know, get to safety. Shadow can't take its turn because of silliness. Starting could shoot, but we want to avoid him doing that because he'll take a bunch of damage if he does. We'll throw a smoke powder bomb for a bit of damage against them. Yeah, I mean, why not? Maybe they'll die before they can do much in that case. And then we will perhaps hide as that kind of action.
Your command.
Where do I go from here?
Do you have any movement? You don't. So you are exposed. That's not ideal. Alright, so you're the last one to go, I think. Now, my hope is if I now have Shovel turn invisible, that will then... Yes, that I think is aggroed everyone, or at least it will once I get over here. So there we go. Now everyone should be in this humongous fight. Alright, this should be epic. So they're dashing. Alright, here they come. Some of them. Some are going after him, some of them are going over here. Hunger for Dar will burn them up, spikes will burn them up, Wall of Fire will literally burn them up. But as I start dying, they'll be blocking my line of sight, because they'll leave those clouds of darkness behind. So something that's important to know about in this game is that, although it really shouldn't, darkness counts as a cloud in this game. Now, what is a cloud? Well, cloud is something made up for this game. No bearing in anything in 5e. But basically, there are many different types of AoEs in Baldur's Gate 3. And in particular, three that matter the most are surfaces, clouds, and just kind of generic areas. Now, any number of areas that aren't surfaces or clouds can stack up, basically. But there can only be one surface. Ooh, yeah, here they come. There can only be one surface, and there can only be one cloud in any given space. Darkness is a cloud, fog cloud is a cloud, cloud of daggers is not a cloud, it's an area. Hunger of Dar you'd think would be a cloud because darkness is, but no, it's not. It's an area so we can stack with whatever. So all kinds of kooky stuff happens. Now, let's say you did have, for whatever reason, multiple clouds in an area. Which one predominates? Well, the answer is, it depends. The rules are incoherent. If you have something like Fog Cloud cast, that will overwrite any darkness. But then new darkness will overwrite it in turn, so the most recently cast one will win. If I tried something like Cloud Kill now, so it'd be a great fight, a great skill for this fight otherwise. I can reposition every single turn, if I was allowed to use it per my challenge rules. Cloud Kill actually is shockingly worthless. It's a 5th level spell, but it gets overwritten by any clouds whatsoever, even 1st level ones. So like, a Cloud Kill hero will probably not hurt half these guys because they'll be in darkness for whatever reason. Sticking Cloud likewise is overwritten by like all kinds of inferior clouds, so it's shockingly, shockingly bad. In any case, knowing that you can purge clouds with other clouds is very useful. Getting rid of like a sinking cloud or cloud kill by using a cheap fog cloud, very useful. Purging all the mini darknesses these guys leave with the fog cloud, very useful.
What's this?
Alright, they're grouped up pretty well now. You might be tempted to do a lightning bolt here, and that is kind of good, but they do have that living shadow effect, which might make them take less damage than we would want them to. Still, I think there are enough of them in a line here that it's going to be worth it. So let's get over and do that. I don't think I'll maximize it because, well, you know, maybe I actually will. Yeah, okay, I'm going to maximize this because it's fun. And it's hitting a ton of guys. Can't really get them wet because there's surfaces out there and whatnot, but it's pretty great. Alright, let's get back behind here.
This feels good.
That will have killed some of them, thereby blocking my vision of some of the other ones, so I've got to watch out for that.
I thirst for combat. I seek an advantage.
Can I throw out a fireball over there? Not that Minthara is like amazing at this, but she's okay. This is a good opportunity for it. Or Ballista could do a fireball.
Still breathing, despite
Like
it.
there's a lot of guys over there. Or is it still possible to target that one from the right position? Let's find out about that, whether it's blocked or not.
These boots have seen everything.
I'm pretty sure there's a guy that's dead in the way, so yeah, there's that guy and that guy dead there, and that one. So it might be possible if I ran over this way to get an angle where I'm allowed to do it. Let's see. I'm in Hunger of Dark, so I can't. Wait a minute. Back up. From there, can I get him? No, too dark. So I could purge that, but it's probably not worth the resources right now. It's ideal to kill the ones that are further back, by the way, because then they block less line of sight. Weird that Pathfinder did one of those, but not the other one. Let's just go for that. Oh, okay. Do the thing where it'll just lie to you flat out sometimes and say you can target them, but you actually can't, and then it'll just steal your shot. That really is bad, I must say.
Fresh orders?
So now he's kind of stuck. I'll get him out of there with soul grinding for extra movement speed, but like that wasted his turn. That is not good here.
Come on. Can't stay idle.
The game should be honest with you about what you will and will not be able to target. Well, I think I want to try to knock some of those guys back, and also maybe throw a smoke powder bomb if I can.
Won't see this coming.
Took one out, that gave me another turn there. And maybe a void bulb will pull some of those guys back to where I want them to be. If I'm allowed to target it somewhere. I want to make them run through the fire again, basically. But maybe I can't do that. I mean, that one there I could. That guy should have to go through the fire again. Is there a position I can throw to get that guy back through the fire? I'm using a lot of resources here right now. There's gotta be... Okay, so that guy did, that's the problem. I could cast my fog cloud now, or I could have Minthara maybe shoot an arrow of roaring thunder at him. That might also work. Although it does leave her kind of more exposed than I would like her to be. Okay.
Can you feel death's call?
Yeah, this is not going to work very well. Let's get him back around there. What is that? That's a soul hunter? Yeah, I don't want to allow him to be there. I can cast and uncast the spike growth, maybe. And that could make them take more damage and impose additional problems for them. Infinite use spike growth is one of the best options in the game.
The dance macabre.
Makes Dryad super, super good. Can I get you into shadow somewhere? I mean, not near my team, but... Maybe we just need to get around the corner and hope for the best. I don't think the Soul Hunter can target anyone too important, especially not if you dash out of there. So let's have you just dash to safety. And skeletons get in there and help out once more guys start breaking through, I guess. If it hadn't stolen my action, I'd be in a better position here. Alright, let's see what happens. Nightweavers again are their casters, by the way. They can teleport, they can also... Oh, there's... Some of them are distracted over there trying to get to Balthasar's guys, which they can't get to, I think. Need to get them over here. That one's running the right way now, at least. They can do a sleep spell, which would be relevant if we were level 1 characters, but we are not, so we don't really care about that one. Okay. Oh man, it keeps jerking the camera around. Here they come. I want to see the carnage here. Come on, guys. Alright, starting to break through because of problems that I had. But that's okay. We'll get this one. We just need to avoid him blocking too much of our vision. Like with Zach in the doorway, that's bad. That means he can block a lot of vision there. Alright, he's dashing. Or not. He's stuck. Okay. Well, maybe when the other guys are out of his way and dead, then he'll come through. I guess that's what happens. You have 30 guys or something to block each other. Certain that my summons have blocked me if I don't jump them around carefully. Alright, here comes the melee horde. Spike Growth, Hunger of Hadar, and all kinds of things. Mowed down a lot of them there. You might think I'm getting a lot of XP for this, and you'd kind of be right, but also kind of not. For whatever reason, you don't get XP for like 10 of these guys or something. As far as I can tell, it might be slightly random. I've like tested it, I get different XP different times. I think Soul Hunters are worth no XP and you get a somewhat randomized number of them or something like that. I don't love how that works, but that seems to be the way it is. Alright. Let's have Skeletons take this guy out, because they are probably the least important attackers and can do so pretty well.
Cut and run.
But that will then, you know, block vision from that spot inside this room. They're breaking through. I don't like that. Nice. Okay, that one's down.
Someone inside out.
Now there's these guys here, and then I probably better do like a purge of the fog clouds, or the darkness clouds that is, after they're done so I can get to that one. There aren't any other guys stuck back there, are there? I had to restart this once because I thought I'd done the whole fight, it was great, and then I noticed there were like 7 guys that just hadn't gotten aggroed over there. But having Shovel has fixed that problem, I think.
Another fight. Let's go.
Can I target you and you? Well, I missed one, but I got my action back. You guys are probably untargetable. I could lob a fireball over there, or a lightning bolt would be pretty fun. But I think it might be overkill at this point. How many skeletons are left? You're left. There we go. 2 more damage should tell the tale.
Good for the throat.
There we go. Okay. So now if I have Astarion with his action cast Fog Cloud there, I need to be careful where I target him. That's running him into it. I don't want him to run into it. I could cancel the Spike Growth, and then he won't take much damage going there. He'll just be dealing with Hunger of Hadar. That might be worth it. Infinite use Spike Growth, again, cancel it, turn it on whenever you want. It's incredible. Now that I've canceled that, it won't give me back my target that I had before. That looks like that'll get, like, all of them, right?
Magnificent.
Oh, it didn't actually cast it there where it said it would. Okay, let's activate dash. Now, I don't want to walk further into the fire. You told me I can cast it from here, let me cast it from here. That's really annoying. I walk into the darkness for this, and now it's not letting me cast it where it said I could. Is that in the fire? I can't honestly tell. I'm gonna try it. Alright, so that should purge that darkness, but any new darkness will bring it back. But then if anyone new dies, that is, that'll bring it back.
Let me strike.
Nothing important is ever easy.
So if I now attack that guy, am I still blocked by something? Yeah, okay. That was a wasted effort, I guess. I thought I purged all the darkness, but there's like 1 left, and that ruined everything because I couldn't target the way it said that I could. Okay, well I wasted a spell slot there, trying to do a clever trick to purge all the darknesses with Fog Cloud, but it just didn't allow me to do so. Very well. In that case, let's content ourselves with maybe throwing out a fireball or something. Could be useful. I'm sure that could do something here. You know, I don't trust it at all, actually. Alright. Screw all these clever maneuvers I did. None of that matters. I'm going to just get out of here. Can't trust what the game is telling me right now.
Here we go.
Unleash me.
Let's get you to safety, too.
Do not squander mine.
I guess I better recast that Spike Growth that I had cancelled off. You know what, Astarion? Cancel that Fog Cloud. We don't need that anymore. It was a waste.
Your command.
Alright. Let's just see what happens. I wish the camper would stop jerking around and actually focus on what we're trying to do here. come on. I want to actually battle him, and he's just getting stuck even when the guys are dead. We are getting down to the last few of them. I bet that just throwing in like a smoke powder bomb now would take out most of them.
On your command. Understood.
Alright, can I target that guy from here? Yeah, from there.
No
Okay.
mercy.
There we go. Maybe skeletons can finish that one off. Nope, not from there anyway. The angles get very particular here because of all the darkness.
I missed this. Go for the throat.
Okay, I might try one more time with the fog cloud. I think that there's enough, or enough of them now that I can probably manage them if I have to without the wall of fire and whatnot, although I do like it. Now wait for them to come to us one more time, I think.
What now?
Hopefully now the big boss will actually come over here. Dashing, are they coming in the right direction? Yes, that one is unstuck, that's good. He's dead. Okay, he's finally unstuck, good. Very good. Alright. So, are we allowed to target him here, or are we still blocked by all the bodies? I should have been able to purge the darknesses from most of the previous ones, but there are new ones now, you know? Okay, so I think my plan is going to be to... We'll try another fog cloud. Maybe it'll eat my spell slot for nothing again, but maybe it'll work this time. Now, I don't want to run into the middle there. That would be dumb. Let's just cast from here. Cancel off the fog cloud.
No choice but to keep going.
There we go. Now I can target them. The fog cloud purged the darknesses away.
Now this is my happy place.
I could attack her in, but I probably better not do so because I'll take the damage.
Yes.
Blood comes easy.
Let's turn on our pushback and knock him back into the fire. There we go. Then we get around the corner here.
Let's spill some blood.
And you dash over here and
Be quick.
maybe then bonus action hide. You get over there into that corner.
I thirst for combat. I will not fail.
Covered, and therefore it can't approach us safely. There we go. And get back around there. One nice thing about the wall of fire here is that it causes light, which takes away their living shadow effect. So that's another slight benefit of the wall of fire. But this is exactly what wall spells are made for. Holding like a choke point against a horde. Alright, is he gonna take more fire damage as he walks through that? Yes. He survived it, but he got spiked pretty hard. That's good for us.
My luck again.
So in that case, can I poke that guy down? Yes. Can I poke that one down? Maybe. It is paying off now. The Cloud of Fog did purge enough darkness to allow me to get away with this stuff. So that's a good trick to know about. It can really help you a lot to know what can and can't be removed in that way. I better turn that off if we'll walk into it and die.
At least things have stayed
And turn
interesting.
that off. And the Ball of Fire should end any time now, but let's just cancel it prematurely. Alright, well, we had to use a lot of resources, but that was a truly epic battle. I enjoyed that a lot. Hope you did too. Next time we'll meet Balthazar. We might choose to fight him, but it might also be harder to wait until the time when he summons a horde of undead down in the Shadowfell. I'll think about that and try to figure out which the toughest way to battle him is. In the meantime, we can go get one of the game's very best treasures up ahead over there. Definitely looking forward to having that on the team.
Alright, what now?
Thank you for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Master Knight DH, Jackie, and Lino, Travis, Carlo Andrea 97, Cthulhu's Mom, Oliver, Andrew Curzon, Trubsy, Skill Rap, Gregory, William Wakefield, Danny Hall, Jeffrey Morse, Just, Becca, Jack, Mashas01, Jacob Marshall, Nubiana, Till Fisher, Discord Colossus, Nicholas Schmuck, Kostia Nesterovich, Goman Blackrock, Dodo King 4, Marcin Bialek, Techno Waffle, Nebular, I Loop, Michael Francis, Emperor Kong 420, Robin Mackey, Micken Balls, Stygian Flamey, Micah Marie, Christopher Allen, Stefan Van Zyl, Eddie, Wendy, Ali Kasamoglu, Lucas Riverola, Skylar Sauce, Nick Myers, Bethany James, Emp Ninjas, Prebin, Mango Jelly, and Chupaton. Have a great day, everyone.